Hey guys, this is Rising Duelist. We're doing another deck profile. This time it is Chillfish.
Hey guys, I'm going to be showing my Mermail deck profile because I still live in 2014. This profile I actually just went to locals this weekend, and it's only slightly revamped just for the ban list. RIP Maxi. So start things off with 3 terrible non-max rarity Megalos.
Fucking scrub.
Because I'm on some sort of a budget. A lot of people can depend on the ratio. I know a great YouTuber, Winter Kills, runs 2. I like 3 just because consistency. He is kind of the bigger boss to get rid of because you have to discard 2 water types. But, you know, powerhouse, and I prefer to have 3 monsters that can attack twice than not. Then are the 3 turtles, Abyscetus, however you want to pronounce it. Gorgeous turtles. These ones are amazing. This one actually was limited in the OCG for a long time because it's just a toss one.
Oh yeah, dude. Free searches.
I personally like this one more. I think the thing that helps this deck is the fact that this was Sea Serpent. Man, be going to this all day, every day. Gorgeous. And then obviously the 3 princes. I think now some Mermail decks are going to 2 prints. I like 3, just because I'd rather see him more than not. I know a lot of people try to avoid normal summoning him, but sometimes you just have no option with this deck. Depending what you can do.
Alright. And is he just an all-around better than Gen X Undyne?
Yeah, actually, I would say he's a lot better than Undyne. Undyne's good if you want to do more of a synchro variant, which, since Brio's back, I don't have a Brio yet, you might want to go moving that route.
Okay.
If I were to go more of a Brio heavy, I probably would drop one of him. But I just would rather have him more consistently. 3 Pike. A lot of people run 2 Pike and Sturge. I like 3 Pike just because I like the ability to discard things to kind of shuffle out my hand.
All right.
He's about 100 points attack less than Sturge, but
Sturge is the one that grabs from the graveyard?
Yeah, Sturge grabs from the graveyard, so I'd rather grab something from my deck for this. Fish out for those guns, or
Sturge is more for like a grind game, right?
Yeah, and
we're not really in a grindy format.
Yeah, I mean Sturge isn't bad though. I think I could play around with it, but I played with 2 in a Sturge. I just rather would see him more consistency.
Okay.
You know, and plus if gun gets sent and you pick him up, you go into a good rank 4 play.
There you go.
Speaking of, I only played 2 gunned.
Monster Reborn, right?
Pretty much. And the thing that's great about Gund is that any time it gets discarded. So it could do it off of Twin Twister, it could do it off of, I don't know, if somebody plays Dark World Dealings. It doesn't matter. It's not specifically a water type monster, so she basically gets me back 1. I find it really funny that this was limited back in I think 2015 or 2014, and everyone freaked out, and then now people have played 2. But she's good. She's also a 3, which sometimes if you want to use her for synchros, you can. 2 of Dragoons. I am perfectly okay with 2.
3 is ridiculous.
3 is ridiculous. If there's 3, then they're going to bring it back to 1. I'd rather play with 2 because the effect doesn't specify once per turn. He is a great target for really anything. If Prince gets sent to the graveyard, you bring him back out for another rank 4 play.
There's a lot of shenanigans involving Dragoons.
He's just amazing. I think honestly this is one of my favorite cards in the deck is Dragoons. If he was at 1, I don't think I'd like him as much. And then I'm only running 2 copies each of Marksman and Heavy Infantry.
Okay.
I would personally, if you want to play Mermails, I would personally side either an extra copy or like if you want to run 1 or 2, because it depends on what you're playing, what your locals is, what the format is. Because Marksman does set cards, which is all right, and then Heavy Infantry just face up, which again, since they both have to target, it just varies. I like Marksman a little bit. The reason why I run 2 of him versus 3 and 1 is because every now and again I will get the play where I can actually attack with Marksman. And when you attack with Marksman, you can special summon another monster. Now, I wouldn't bet your whole strategy on Marksman for doing that, but it is fun to do that. And it just depends.
Very cheeky, very satisfying.
Oh, yeah. But if you're playing against an opponent that doesn't run a lot of back row, you can side these 2 out for either another one of him or just other cards.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying don't. And this is not saying play with these, but if you want to side out, you can. You need to have Atlanteans because they have the effects go. And then Spicy-ish Tech, 3 Aqua Spirit.
3 Aqua Spirit.
3 Aqua Spirit, which I'm not going to lie, I kind of went into... Kind of got rid of 1 or 2, draw out locals yesterday. I think the thing I like Aqua Spirit because when you do have it and you can set up plays, this goes into Shark, which makes Toad. So
you don't play like Toads in deck?
I don't play with Toads. I do not. I would debate on going Toad format, and then once the announcement of I was waiting for the ban list, which happened just a few days ago, but
I think it was like yesterday.
I think yesterday or something. But when
at the time of this filming.
When Link happened, I said, okay, everything's getting nerfed. So I decided I'm kind of glad I didn't go with Toad route. When Links come out, I may just honestly either get rid of her or just keep 1, because the thing is, it is nice to banish one water monster to get her, and she does have a Book of Moon effect, which you rarely use. But it's not terrible, but I think that going to this next format...
What would you replace for it?
I honestly think I'll drop one and put in a Moulin Glacia.
Another Moulin Glacia?
Another one, because I do run one Moulin Glacia.
Alright, yeah. So what's up? Moulin Glacia too strong.
Moulin Glacia, this card was very kind of a double-edged sword, and I caution all Mermail players to not get into the box of, okay, I have Moulin Glacia in hand, I have to focus on this. Because if you can make it, go for it, but if you can't, don't sweat it too much.
Just dump it off of your Abysstius or your Megalo.
Absolutely. And honestly, I would rather have two Moulin Glacias now, thinking about it, so that I could have an option to get rid of one if I needed to go into it.
Gotcha.
The plus side with Dragoons is that you can go into, you can pick this up really easily.
Yeah.
And then my other one of one Maxi, Rip. And then my one
Diva.
Deep Sea Diva. This card, I don't think will ever get off the ban list, as much as I would like it to go to 2.
There's just too much going on involving with all the crazy synchro stuff, especially with Brio being back.
Oh yeah, with Brio back, I'm okay with. If Brio wasn't coming back, I'd say Diva 2. But since Brio is back, I'm fine with
There's just too much. There's just too much because, like, especially with Prince and stuff, you can just make so many plays.
So many plays with it. My spells real quick. 2 Twin Twisters, just because back row. It varies who you're playing with, but I was playing against a couple decks that didn't really run a lot of back row.
Yep, it's a hit or miss with Tweet, always.
I'm only running 2 instant fusions because
for Norden.
For my one Norden, if I had Rare Fish, I'd run 3. But that's really it. I know a lot of people like to play 3 to get to that Norden faster, but honestly, this deck runs and gets through its resources really quickly.
Would you play Sea Monster of Theseus?
Yes. I would have to figure out how to exactly play with him, but I've been debating on trying to pick some up to try.
Well, from what I understand, you could always like use them with the Atlanteans to make your synchros.
Mm-hmm. I would just have to sit down and really think about it. Unfortunately, I was trading their Sea Monster of Theseus, but... But 2, a lot of people play 3 to run for the 1. I just prefer to have 2 because I don't see it too much.
Yeah.
And because, again, most of this deck just dumps itself out. But one thing I do love playing that everyone was kind of shocked at locals was 2 Moray of Greed.
That is such a good card for water. I don't know why so many people are shocked about it. It is such a great card for anything water.
A lot of people I was playing with, one guy, was one awesome dude was playing Invoked Wind Witches, and he forgot that this drew 3, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing!" Like I forgot about that card.
There's so many just +0s that just do so well.
And honestly, like getting rid of those clunky hands is amazing. You don't always clunk with it, but sometimes you may go, "This hand isn't my optimal suit," so that's why I like having it. You dig. It lets you dig so well. And then my 4 1-ofs, 1 for 1 to bring out that Prince
Turbo,
Soul Charge. Want Soul Charge at 2 really badly for other decks. I like Soul Charge because if in case I need to go into something really quickly, I can. 1 Upstart because Konami hates us. And then 1 Raigeki because board wipe. I did have 2 Dark Holes on my side. I'm not going to show the side deck for this video because it all really depends on your local and your meta. But I did have 2 Dark Holes side because this deck likes to go second. So if you go second, you pull out a Dark Hole, it's actually much better. You're not wasting a Raigeki. But I did find out a lot of times going second, and if your opponent had some sort of board, use the Raigeki. It depends on what the deck was.
Yeah.
But, that's it. And then my trap lineup, Torrential Tribute.
Too spicy.
This actually was another Maxi, but since Maxi's gone, I figured Torrential Tribute is much better because again, those destructive plays, especially with this Link format coming up, you want to be very reactive and destructive. Bottomless, because Bottomless, honestly, in my opinion, is one of the unsung heroes.
It's still such a good card.
I'm siding out Floodgates, and Floodgate trap holes aren't bad, but I'd rather get rid of a problem for Mermails than try to destroy cards. And then 2 of the Solemn Brigade, 1 because I'm cheap, 2 because while this deck is very fluid, pun intended, life points, there are times where you could have an empty field if you're not careful, and I'd rather not waste too much life points. But if everyone's running around strikes and everything...
Life points don't matter until they hit 0.
But I'm much more of a defensive player. These are my trap lineup.
Says the guy playing Mermails is defensive.
I know, right? If I were to switch it up, I would get rid of the Torrential or even the Bottomless if I got another Solemn Strike.
Nice.
And also, I was afraid to pick them up because I thought that they were going to hit on the ban list anyway. So I was
everyone thought Strike would be hit. Like, everyone thought Vanities would be hit a long time ago, and it never got touched.
So I'm gonna
yesterday.
I know, right? So I'm going to go through real quick and I'm going reverse, going Fusion, then XYZs. 1 Norden, obviously.
Yeah.
I had a Rare Fish. I would have it just for the extra consistency factor. Obviously...
Would you rather play Rare Fish over Theseus?
Probably, just because Rare Fish is a 4.
Yeah.
So it goes into...
Get those totally plays.
So the Toad, and obviously Big Brother Bahamut, which I got Bahamut. I'm so glad I picked this up earlier, because I picked it up just to do the old school Abyss Stripe play. And then next thing
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
our strike plays were just cheeky.
I loved it. And now next day it's secret rares are like $75 or something ridiculous. I'm like
Got
cool.
lucky.
Picked it up. Honor Arc, really Honor Arc because he's water, so he kind of goes with it. And
Yeah, you can trigger their effects.
he's actually an Aqua, so if for whatever reason you have these two on the field, he can tribute him instead, and he can detach to survive. So
well,
just
you can't actually detach on that.
Oh yeah, you can't actually detach, but there's still those cheeky little plays.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Abyss Dweller, just because too strong.
This Dweller is key.
One of my spicy techs right here is double checking my number real fast. 37. Number 37, Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark.
This beautiful card right here.
I wish it wasn't in the gold secret, but I'm glad I'd rather have gold secret than the gold rare.
All right. So what makes this so spicy?
This is spicy because you can, if I remember correctly, I really use the first effect. You can detach one, all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. But the real reason I like this one is because its effect is that when this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, target one other monster in graveyard, special summon it. So it's kind of like a free, it's not a free reborn, but it's like a reborn.
So it's one of those defensive cards.
Defensive, and the fact that it's also 26k, like
2,600. Yeah, it's pretty beefy.
That can get over a lot of other things, you know.
Yeah.
And then for my rank 7 lineups, Draco Sack.
Yup.
And Big Eye, because again I'm still living in 2014. But
Big Eye's still strong.
Big Eye's
still strong.
Good things in link format. And,
oh yeah. Just steal people's links.
And with Mecha Phantom Beast, if I was running against like a machine player, I also side out Cyber Dragon Core, so I have other options to go into.
Yeah.
Burn for this guy.
Yeah, just too good.
And this guy I used once, and it really came in handy. Abyss Gaios.
Oh yeah, dude. 2014 to the max.
I love the one Gaios I run because, especially now that we're going into levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're getting more into the like synchros and all these other like leveled monsters.
Especially the fact that I think going into this could do really good against other like level decks, or like if Monarchs come in, this affects it. That this is more of like your last chance. Are you gonna be able to do anything? Because obviously, if you have your Abyss Megalo on the field, it's gonna negate the Megalo or your own synchros.
Yeah.
But I did that against a Dynamist player actually. Good guy, great deck, but it was kind of like a slightly hard time. I just didn't know how to combat against Dynamist because it's a deck you don't normally see a lot.
Yeah.
But that
totally
was
understand.
And then doing my synchros.
Tatsunoko,
which goes into Coral Dragon, Baby, and Big. This was great because I could be able to clean up my hand with him, send things to the graveyard, and then bring him out. And it was rare I ever had to use him for the draw, but it was just nice going from a 17 to a 24.
Yeah.
Dulorian, just because Dulorian
too good.
Dulorian is very too good. I've done plays before. Didn't have it locals. We've done plays before where I bounced actually the Moon Glacier.
I was gonna say, did you ever bounce the Moon Glacier? Yeah, that's just
to be even though I couldn't attack the next turn, it was just so I could reuse it next. It was just cheeky plays. And then one of the unsung heroes, Gungear, which I actually use a lot in locals. I rarely use him when I'm playing with my friends, just because it never comes up. But he was great, so able to toss things to target and destroy.
Yeah.
I don't have Brio, obviously. So I have one more card here. But if I were to have Brio, I probably would toss out either the Honor Arc or even the Hope Wyvern. Because
Brio's just better.
Brio's better, because I like having this. You know, some people always say, we'll get rid of Tiger. I'd rather have Tiger as an option.
Yeah, no, understandable.
And then my Kingpin, which I didn't use at all, very sad, is Trish. My secret, my beautiful, well, not secret,
oh my
but
god,
beautiful.
that's still really pretty Trish.
Ultimate. Trish is just great, and there were times I could have gone into Trish, but I don't want to just use a Trish for sake of going into Trish.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my profile. Again, the sides all vary, but good cards I would say would be other copies of any of the Atlanteans. Yeah. Or I would even just say, like I said, I said Dark Holes. Dark Holes can go anywhere. Kaiju Slumber, I guess. Rip.
Right. Oh, it's not that big of a rip.
Not that big of a rip. It should have gone to 1, personally. But
yeah, no, I totally feel you on that. But it didn't, so we just got to live with it. All right, this has been Chillfish's Mermails.
See you guys
next
time.
Laters.